All right, my friend, somebody's got to help me out. I'm trying to run this ggplot and I'm getting an error. Could not find function ggplot. That's bogus. We all know ggplot exists. We know the empty cars database is in the base R. We know what point does. There's nothing wrong with this code. So why can't R find it? It's because the packages aren't installed properly. It's because the libraries aren't invoked. That's what I want to talk about. What we need to make sure is that we use the base level of R and all of its bells and whistles and tools, but there's going to be a lot of add-ons to that. And in order to do those add-ons and use those add-ons appropriately, we need to do two things. First, we need to go out and grab them, and then we need to invoke them. What will happen is we one, install, and two, invoke via library. That's what I want to try to do. I'm going to use this loading packages QMD file. QMD stands for Quarto. I like it better than an R script. Not saying that I don't use R scripts. I use them in specific places and purposes. When I want to combine text and code, I use Quarto, and it's just the same thing. File, new file, Quarto document. Anyway, so I'm gonna not dwell on that piece of it, but motivation. The idea here is that we want to install a package. So what I could do is install dot packages. Ggplot. Was it ggplot or ggplot2? There's a lot that could go wrong with that. You could get the syntax right, and then you would just have to manually type in every package that you want installed. The good thing about that is you only need to do it once. Once you go to CRAN and you download it onto your machine, it's there forever. Maybe not forever. If you update your R, then you need to reinstall, most likely. Not always, but most likely need to reinstall. So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it, tools, install packages, and then search. Oh, ggplot2. Okay, so that's another way to do it. And again, it's manual. It works. Check out this box right here. Install dependencies. That's a neat little feature. Um, Always keep that checked, in my opinion, for the types of projects that we tend to work on together. You can install a package and it can install fine. And then you could try to use it and you're using it fine. But it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Well, maybe because that package depends on another. You have to install that one and that one and that one and that one and that one. So this will install all of the dependencies as well automatically. That can work too. Both are fine. Another approach we'll take is to do it programmatically, where we'll put a little preamble at the beginning of all of your R scripts or Quarto scripts, and it will load in a whole bunch of different packages. Um, After you do that, you need to invoke them. Anytime you start up R, start up a new session, you have to tell the computer, fine, you got base R, that's in your local memory, and you downloaded all these other things. Which one of those other things do you want to use? Put them in your library. So you would literally just type in library and then whatever is the package that you want to invoke for that session. You don't need to do that every time you want to use the function in a given script, but just once in that script, once in that session. All right. So let's see if we can do this. Now, what I like to do is clean house first. Take a look at this, right? I mean, I got all this like error junk there. I could clean it with the broom. And if there was anything in memory, like here, let's do like A equals 4. It's in local memory, and I want to sweep that away. All right, I could hit the brooms, or one fell swoop, you put that at the top of every R script, little housekeeping. And this way, stuff isn't like embedded in local memory. So let's see what we got here. Let's evaluate that guy. Hmm. It didn't run. Why didn't it run? Well, what is it trying to do? It's trying to remove some packages that I don't have on my machine. Good, good, good. Okay. Let's see if here is installed. Let's check it out. Nope. Here in row names install packages. No. All right. So that means, I was trying to remove something that's not there. You got the error. All good so far. Now, what if that package wasn't on your machine and you tried to invoke the library to see if you could use it? Hmm. Okay. Well, something's not right. It's not executing properly. So how do we handle that? what we're going to do is try to make sure the package is installed. So uh, one or more of the packages needs to be updated. Yes, love it. It's automatically telling me that I need to go ahead and do this install to refresh everything, and it's going to install maybe some of those dependencies. Successfully loaded. Great. Let's just be sure. Here in the all of those installed packages. Yes, excellent. So now let's see if I can get this library to work. Yes, here starts at that. Boom. Okay, so that means that we were missing this thing and now it's installed. Easy peasy. We could, even call out the help menu and check out here. Yes, now that it's not only installed locally, but also invoked through the library, we got it. Now, what I want to do is see if we can do this a little bit programmatically. Batch installation, I'll call it. So what I did was I created this project up over here, FRM 2026 Class R project, whatever, right? This is a binder clip. R projects, remember, it's got all the metadata, putting all that in there. And it remembers everything, including the working directory. Inside of there, I have two different folders, assignments and supporting. Inside of supporting, I have a bunch of junk, including loading packages. Hey, oh yeah, that's this one right here. Cool. Okay, so that's what that is. Then I have this other R script called package loads. So what I want to do is run this bad boy right here. Now what that's doing is it's going to install just one package. I don't have to write down a whole bunch of them, just install one. And then it's going to call out to this file called package loads, which is located in the supporting directory. And it's going to do something. Check it out. It's going to do magic. What it's going to do is load in a whole bunch of packages at once. It's going to check to see if they're installed. If they're not installed, it's going to install them. If there's an error installation, it's going to catch that error. And then for all those that it did install, it's going to invoke the library. I'll make this available to you. Now, this is a fancy way to do it. You don't have to do it this way in your housekeeping up at the top for your Quarto or for your R script, you can just put in, by hand, install that packages, library, library, library. You could do that. All good. Now, what this does is automate the process a little bit. Created this object PKGS packages. It's a column structure for characters, and those characters are different packages. I just have a hodgepodge there. You can add in whatever else you want. The Mike is awesome package, whatever that is. Okay. You install those, don't break it. And as your data science project needs grow, you can grow that. And as a result, then you could just always invoke this, always have it at the top. You don't need to change anything else down here. Uh, if in case you want to know, what this is doing is, hey, tell me first, is that package installed? Okay. And then secondly, if it's not installed, then go ahead and install the package. And if there's some type of error, capture the errors. For all of those that you've installed, invoke the library with the library command. And it does it with the loop. If you remember for the loops, you use with for. So for P in PKGS. In other words, go through the number inside of PKGS and then do this for each and every one. So I'm going to save that guy. I'm going to go over here and let's see if everything is working okay. Let's run that. You notice how it takes a little bit longer? The last one, it went really quickly. But this one, because it's installing data table, Lubridate, Dippler, blah, 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 and all packages loaded successfully, you're good to go. All right, so you don't have to organize it in a project structure. You don't have to do it in this automated fashion. But the key is that if you want to use one of these add-ons, you need to install and then invoke library. Hope that helps.